And hello everyone, today we'll talk about the online tournaments. We haven't talked about this topic for a long time, but in the world of gymnastics this topic continues to develop, and in this video I'll tell you at what stage it is now and what has been already achieved. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So the popularity of the online tournaments began to increase when the coronavirus appeared around the world and all of us were locked in the apartments, halls and cities. No one could leave their apartment, and in our sport, competition is very important for the development and growth, and it is important to compare yourself with others on the competitions. And then veneracup-rg came up with the international online tournaments, so that gymnasts who couldn't compete in their countries could perform in the prestigious online tournaments. So these tournaments have become not only a salvation for the time of quarantine, but now they continue to develop. Firstly, it's easier financially, since not everyone can afford to move and live in another country. Online tournaments have become a lifeline for such gymnasts who want to perform internationally, but cannot afford expensive trips. Secondly, international online tournaments help to find talented children much easier. The flow of gymnasts online is easier to track, which means it's easier to find the most talented girls who can become champions in the future. The third point why online tournaments are developing is the lack of influence of the viewers. And this of course has its own disadvantages and advantages. So from the positive side, audience doesn't affect the gymnast assessment in any way. And they do not knock her down and don't help her. In fact, only the gymnast skills are evaluated. Of course, it is easier to perform with audience when the gymnast is supported, but for gymnasts who are still young and afraid to perform, this format is probably even easier, given that with the development of the internet, it is increasingly difficult for children to be active outside of social networks. At the moment, veneracup-rg is scaling up this project. Her goal is to normalize such tournaments as much as possible and bring them to the new level. So veneracup has written a request for the International Gymnastics Federation for the development of such tournaments. At the moment, for many, such format of competition seems to be too innovative, but mobile phones weren't accepted by everyone at once. As an option, it will become an incomplete replacement for regular tournaments, but some kind of a separate league of series of tournaments. Also, such format will work very well for children with disabilities, which International Gymnastics Federation is very supportive of. And recently, the president of the federation, Watanabe, visited children who engaged in gymnastics, but physically handicapped. As he said in his interview, the goal is that everyone could do gymnastics. It seems to me that for such children, the World Championships and Continental Championship will be the ideal way out, so as not to face the difficulties of moving. And from the disadvantages, of course, is the lack of the personal communication, but on the other hand, it's better than nothing at all. And perhaps such online tournaments can help to improve even online events. Now, I know that in the world of gymnastics there is a special tournaments for children with disabilities, which gathers all children who want to do gymnastics but can't do it fully. Only top gymnasts can get to the gymnastics that we all follow, and in general most athletes are still ordinary gymnasts, and of course we will not stop following world leaders and we will still look up to them, but this doesn't mean that you don't need to do something big for other athletes who are from regions who don't have the opportunity to get into the top because of the location, finances or other reasons that do not contribute to the development of gymnastics. In such cases, online tournaments seems to me to be the way out. Also, very young gymnasts can take part in online tournaments. And recently, a record has been set in international competition by a gymnast who is 2 years old and 8th month. In addition to the standard all-round, a gymnast can compete also for a general physical preparation format at the international level. Well, no one cancelled the online gala concert, which are loved by many people. In fact, we watch most of the competition on broadcast and online. By the way, there have already been international online training camps and online trainings organized by veneracup-rg, as well as international judging seminars, of which 6 have already passed. In November of 2021, an international tournament was held in Kyrgyzstan, in which more than 250 participants took part, and the Israeli team performed offline. That is, in fact, hybrid competitions are already taking place. For more than a year, such competitions have been held online all over the planet, not only in gymnastics but also in other sports. Last year, the European Championship in aesthetic gymnastics was held online. Venera Zaripova is now trying to get permission to assign sports categories at such tournaments, so such format is currently only developing as moving forward, gathering more and more participants. Well, in my opinion, this is very cool for some categories of people, such as small children, amateur gymnasts, children with disabilities, financially limited athletes and federation, and for a set of experiences, this is also a good format. And of course, and without drawbacks, in any case, there is nothing to replace live performances with the audience. But as an option to gain experience and perform more often, and sometimes offline, seems to be not bad. Write in the comments what you think about such format of competition, and whether this competition have a future in your opinion. Well, write if you would like to participate in such competition. And also remember that I love you all very much, and that's it for now.